What's up, everyone? So, today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know about the upcoming Jailbreak update because pretty much all the information has come out now, and I'll be going over everything, including all the new stuff that was said today. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, the first thing we're going to do is focus on the season. Then we focus on the 5 days of vehicles, and then the last one I'll focus on the live event entirely. So yeah, let's get into this whole video. So it pretty much started with this tweet right here. Basically, Asimo saying that Jailbreak is gonna turn 9, and we entered phase 2 of Jailbreak's AIP, aka or Improvement Project. And phase 2 is completely dedicated into an exclusive update and the live event. And then pretty much after phase 3, Epic Tank is going to be taking on the remainder of the Or Improvement Project phase 3, while Asimo is going to be directing Jailbreak, picking out favorite ideas, and yeah, pretty much that's what's going to happen after the live event. So it all started because of this tweet. And then we had the announcement of Season 32, Street Racers, launching this June. So the level 2 prize is the Extreme Area Wing. Level 3 prize is the Tuner AC Wall item. Level 4 prize is the Underground Rims. And then level 5 is the Gap Cam spoiler. And then at level 6 we had the Slipstream vehicle texture. At level 7 we had the Nitro Spark Drift. At level 8 we get the turbocharged wing. And at level 9 we get the TRX3 rim. And then the final prize is the Samurai Street Racer. And then at top 2% is the traffic light wing. And here's photos of the Samurai vehicle in game. So we could see the Starbreak lights and with the texture, and we could see Samurai text on the top. But now, since we got the season out of the way, let's move on to the 5 Days of Vehicles event, which is one of the most loved events inside of Roblox Jailbreak, which finally returned. So if we go on the Badimo Twitter, we will see this. Players at Jailbreak, we are excited to announce 5 new vehicles as part of our June update and live event. This is just a taste of what we have in store. Join us next week for Vehicle 2 and Vehicle 3 and more. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, so pretty much here's all the vehicles. The Samurai, which is the Season 32 Grand Prize, which is free. The Renesis with Bodykits, which costs 250k. The Reaper Volcano Bike costing 166k. And then the Gromit Canyon Crawler costing 175k. Fatalita at the property of Crown End costing $1 million. Also, for the Day 2 vehicle with Bodykit support, body kits are finally becoming customizations inside of Roblox Jailbreak. So basically, the Renesis is going to be the first vehicle to have body kits. So the only body kits with coming to the Jailbreak update is going to be only for the Renesis. We don't know if it's going to be happening for other cars too. But Asimo also tweeted this last month. He said, "Body kits are official. We can't wait. I have good news. It's super easy to make one as a vehicle creator. Read the full details on body kits here." So if you're a Jailbreak creator, I'll link this so you guys could look into it, look into the rules, whatever there is. So yeah, good luck to you guys, and I am proud that this is already in the game. But now let's get into the retired vehicles update because there's a handful of vehicles that are going to be retired. But please note that if you would like to purchase these vehicles, now is your last opportunity for the foreseeable future. So go ahead and get them now before they're gone. But you can also get these vehicles from trading the day the update comes out, so don't worry about it. But Demo has announced following vehicles that will be retired on June 13th with our live event. Here are the list of vehicles: the Dirt Bike, Dune Buggy, Patrol Bike, Ray, Shell Mark 5, Cirrus, and a Stallion. So, yeah. Optimus here said, "Dang, y'all removing every vehicle that currently uses the bike chassis. Rip bikes." And then Badimo responded with, Reaper and Falcon S live. The Reaper has fantastic tune in the works. Both of these bikes will replace these outgoing bike spawns, and we're changing many spawns around in general. And then Plasma here said, the Shelmark 5 being retired is an odd choice. I swear I see it being used more than the Ray 9 or the Lamatador these days. And then Asima replied with, it is popular, but the Lamatador is both a classic and the same price. Beautiful car model though. And then Super responded with, just because it's the same price doesn't mean it should be removed. People want the other options than just one car. To be fair, I agree with Super. People want just other options more than just one car, bro. Like, and a lot of people are complaining that Shell Mark 5 and the Stallion are just retired completely. But now we are gonna be moving on to the live event. So if we go back to the Badimo Twitter account, we can see this tweet here. June 13, 2026, Jailbreak live event, spread the word. So I'm gonna play this video and we'll see what's going on in here. So yeah, that was the entire trailer, but now we're gonna be seeing the sneak peeks that are inside this trailer. Okay, so first I'm gonna mute the volume. So the first thing we could see is the Jailbreak logo, of course, and then the photo of the 2018 live event from 2018, which this is a Creekcraft stream, by the way. And then it cuts to the Jailbreak map, like near the mansion. Cuts back and it says, get ready with these lines. I'll tell you what those lines are later. And then it cuts to Bad CC and Asimo walking out of their small stores. There's two shots of Asimo walking out. And then it cuts to the volcano base, which is completely destroyed. So we can see blue floor, completely new changes. And then we could see Epic Tank pretty much fixing it. And then it just cuts to the Crater City like usual. So firstly, we know that the Crater City might get destroyed in the live event because Asimo in this reply said, what's Crater City? I'll link this reply also in the description. So yeah, it keeps cutting to photos of Crater City and then it cuts to the CEO. So I know this because of the goatee and his tie. And then the screens turn off and then boom. So first thing we could see is the CEO and then we could see these. So you know how I said we'll look back into this later with these lines? These are actually seismograph diagrams. So basically these are what monitor earthquakes. And if you go in the main game currently, this is actually added to the volcano. There's like a screen with a seismograph diagram with a photo outside of the volcano base. So yeah, the volcano change is inside the game currently. And if we look in the main game, these changes are applied. So firstly, we can see this satellite dish. So basically, it's contacting either aliens or something else. We have no clue. But if we just go inside the volcano base, it is completely just destroyed. So we can see smoke particles and then we could see this screen I was talking about. So basically this is the outside of the volcano base and then we could see a seismograph diagram with a lever right here, which pretty much doesn't really do anything if you walk right on it. And you could also see the lava color change. And if you check this top secret volcano base, this is also affected. So there's no smoke particles, it's just this one is light blue with the broken parts, and this one right here is just full on purple. Also, these screens are also inside the military base where you punch the force field, so yeah. And then we could see Epic Tank here, completely just fixing the volcano base. Like, he has a wire in his hand, and then, yeah, pretty much he's just fixing the entire thing. And then after the screen's cut off, we could see these two light bulbs here. So basically, these are from the mansion. Credits here to this photo from Super. So yeah, this is coming from right into the mansion. So yeah, Asimo later around the end of May almost said, right here said, live and script is finalized. Time to sleep. So the duration is 4 seconds, and the text here says, tank easy. They don't know yet. So this is pretty much a part gonna be from the dialogue, which is only the first one we know. We don't know what else there could be. And then Badimo tweeted this. Let the count begin. Live end June 13, 2026. So yeah, the countdown is inside the game. So yeah, you could see. And if we go in game, and if I go on free cam, it is currently 2 days left by the time I'm recording this. With these lawn chairs also, I forgot to mention. Asimo here said, past Jailbreak live events had 20 counts of dialogue. The new one has 65. And then this guy here said, can you tell us how long the live event would take? And Asimo here said, it's running just over 10 minutes currently. Still fine tuning. So yeah, the live event may run around 10-ish minutes because of the 65 dialogues, bro. Like, Asimo, what are we doing? And then around June 3 at 12 p.m., Badimo tweeted this. The 2026 live and trailer. June 13th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, noon EST, and 5 p.m. GMT. Only in Roblox. So yeah, I'm gonna also play this trailer and we'll find some stuff too. Okay, so the first thing we could see is Asimo pretty much walking out of his small store with text saying join us, and then it cuts to outside the volcano with the satellite beam, and then it cuts to Epic Tank fixing the volcano base with these weird purple ashes. I don't know what these little purple things are, but let me know what those are. And then it cuts to the volcano smoke. And then there's text saying, and our next chapter. So Jailbreak's going to be in the next chapter. And then it pretty much cuts to the volcano base with either this could be an airstrike hitting it or just like a camera completely. But also, this is my speculation, so yeah, sorry. And then it just cuts to the mansion with the CEO at his desk thinking. And then there's also some text here saying CEO. So this could be added inside the update. So, but that's my prediction. And it cuts to this. And then it cuts to this. So probably this could be like inside the void. We could also see a frame picture of the CEO. And then it cuts to this red spot. I don't know what this is. Then it just says the Jailbreak 2026 live event, Saturday, June 13th. And then it cuts back to the CEO after the end, and he's just completely mad. Like, so either bro just completely lost, or he's just completely fumming for like the 5 millionth time. And also, when the second trailer dropped, the game actually updated with 3 changes to the volcano base and outside. So first change we could see is a text box from Epic Tank. There's 4 messages he's saying. I'll show them right here. And then we could next change is dynamite. So basically there's dynamites attached to the volcano base, like we can see 2 right here, 1 right here, 1 here, and then one near the lever. And yeah, pretty much there's 2 right here, another one here. So yeah, pretty much the volcano is gonna blow up. Like the volcano base is gonna go kaboom, and it's probably just gonna be revamped to a whole new look. So yeah. But after the third change that now is this change to the lawn chair. So firstly, we could see a helipad with a helicopter and lawn chairs facing also to the countdown. I To be fair, this is a really useful spot for the default heli. There's no aerial spawn here, so yeah, do not expect there to be one maybe. But yeah, maybe it could happen, maybe not. So, but yeah, this is a really good spot for players who do not own like the army heli, drone, or any other vehicle. But yeah, this is a really useful helipad right here. So yeah, those are the three changes that got added whenever the second trailer dropped. Badimo here replied with, this guy here said, someone's angry, and then Badimo replied with, he's fumming. But now, let's move on to the final live event trailer that got announced. If we head back over to Badimo, we can see this tweet right here. It says, final trailer, an event and update you won't want to miss, 2026 live and Jailbreak, Saturday at 9 a.m. PST and noon EST. Sign up here. Streamers, music in this trailer is not stream friendly. The rest of our event is all stream friendly. Thank you. So yeah, I'm going to be playing the trailer and we're also going to find some stuff going on. So that was the full trailer, but now I'm gonna be showing you everything, like the sneak peeks from the previous two that we watched. So I'm gonna mute the volume here so we could find the sneak peeks, and yeah, we're gonna watch this back. And firstly, we can see the current in-game thumbnail and icon, and then it cuts to the volcano base. So there's, I don't know if this could be revamped, but I can see the blue floor and the rock material, and then we could see the prisoner, and then it cuts to a photo of the jailbreak cell, and then cuts to the outside of volcano with the smoke. But also, I don't know what these like screen cutting things are. Like, yeah, you see that? Yeah, I don't know what this could be, but let me know what that is. And then cuts to volcano smoke. Then it cuts to a transparent of the crater city with the volcano base. But here's also the weird part. Either this could be here. The reason I'm slowing this down because one, this could either be an earthquake or just a nuke launching. So yeah. See, yeah, you guys see the camera shake? Also, the volcano smoke is completely gone. Here's what it looks like in game. Here's the one what it looks like in the trailer. Did they actually like change it? Or am I just tweaking? Yeah, but we can see camera shake, and then it cuts to the prisoner again outside the prison a bit with the countdown, and then this is actually something the reason that Simo hired an animator for the live event. So yeah, we can see the CEO is completely animated, his mouth is moving, the body. So yeah, we can see him. There's like a red background. Yeah, you can see his mouth is moving. And then it cuts to one of the jailbreak dialogues that we talked about. The tank easy, they don't know yet. I don't know what this could be. And then it, yeah, we could also see thunder, like zaps. I don't know what this cyan neon thing could be. Let me know what that is. And then it cuts to purple ashes. And then it shows a text here called restructuring. And then yeah, it cuts to this, and then it cuts to the CEO getting angry again. Then it cuts to Tank fixing the volcano, and then it cuts to Asima walking out of the gas station, and then yeah, there it is. You see this right there? You saw that? Yeah, this. The meteor. There it is. Yeah. Basically, we had 3 live events involved with meteors. The 2022, 2024, and now we're getting 2026 live and having meteors involved. So my prediction is that there's going to be an earthquake, volcano eruption, and meteors involved. This is actually might be one of the craziest live events out there. And then the screen completely cuts off and turns off. But yeah, let me know what you think of this update, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you all at the live event. Bye bye.